when you say asshole, I think that being an
When
advocate,
you say asshole.
well, yeah,
When we say asshole.
when we say asshole, we don't mean like,
The actual asshole.
no, oh God. Okay.
It's the
The
state
act
of
of being,
being. Yeah.
yes, unqualified, unsolicited, and totally honest opinions on midlife. I always
Episode
say,
20.
this is episode 20. Wow. We should like start with a high five. Good job, babe. That is like, seriously,
All right, done. That's it.
yay us. Like this has been so fun, and it's neat because having it out there in the world, and especially with people we know that are asking, they like to ask about the podcast, and then all my answer is I'm like, we're having so much fun, which is so true. And selfishly, I love this time with you. I've said that before, but I really mean it. It's when else do we just make time for uninterrupted conversation for the two of us and an intentional topic? Like, I just love it. I love hearing what your thoughts are on things.
Win-win.
Yes, yes. So yay, 20. 20 is such a good
Oh, that's
number.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
very cool.
that's something.
Very cool. Yeah. Especially when we're like, I don't know, let's just like try this on and see what happens. So I just love, and I have to say this one thing is that we ran into a guy after a football game, and he was this like awesome, jolly, like Hawaiian dude. And like dude, like football dude.
Coach. Yeah, he's football coach.
Yeah, football coach. And we're leaving our son's game. We're walking out, and I like went to fist bump him. When do we fist bump? I don't know. Like something that I just like pull it out of it. And I was like, "Hey, good
Sport
game."
thing.
Yeah, I was like, "Good game." I was just feeling it. I was like in the mode, drinking the Kool-Aid, and he's like, "I know you," and he had this awesome kind of accent. I'm sure it was like Hawaiian or whatever.
He's Samoan.
Samoan.
Yeah.
And he goes, I listened to your podcast. And I was like so shocked, but it filled my heart so much. And he goes, I feel like you see me. And I was like, oh my God. It made my day. What an awesome guy. And
Yeah.
and what was so cool is that our kids are right there because I'm sure they're like, what are you guys doing? Like, what is this all about? And it just made my day. And I just really, if he's listening right now, I appreciate you. You are needed, and that you spread so much joy.
He's an
to
awesome
me.
dude. He's a
Awesome
great dude. Yeah. Great
Spread
energy. He's got great energy.
great
Yeah.
energy. And so, anyway, thank you. That meant the world to me. And especially having my kids hear that, because that gave me street cred because he's so cool.
Yeah. He's well known. Yeah.
He's well known and cool. And then they were just like, whoa, okay. Anyway, so starting with that, yay, 20. Starting with, it's like a party. It's like, anyway. And then, so happy to talk about this topic. You and I, it's been like percolating in our household in a lot of different areas. And I feel like it's such a good topic to cover, which is advocating for yourself.
Yeah, you have to.
Have to. And I mean advocating in all areas, like for your health, for your career, for your happiness, teaching your kids how to advocate for themselves. And I have a couple little scenarios to tell you. But one that came to mind is when we were newly married and we were broke assholes. I've already said that.
Assholes.
I don't know. It sounds cooler than we were just broke.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you just add the assholes.
Yeah, yeah.
We were like nice assholes, but
Are we still assholes?
no, we've evolved. We're not assholes. Well, we were broke newlyweds instead of assholes. Broke.
I thought assholes was funny.
I know it's kind of more like a
yeah. That's punk rock.
Yeah, punk rock.
Yeah. We were so cool when we were broke.
We were so cool and broke. And I went to a wedding. Long story short, went to a wedding. I was like, I want to buy a house. And my friend was in wholesale banking. And she's like, oh my gosh, you should get into sales. She's like, you make good money. And it's like, you work for yourself. And I'm like, awesome. And she's like, I'll connect you. And so she got me connected with this girl who worked for this company, Centex Home Loans. Not even sure if they're still around. So I go to this interview. And it's down in, like, we were living in California at the time. So I go down and you're waiting in the lobby and like it's all, and my resume had nothing to show that I would be a good candidate for this job at all.
Yeah, it was just like fashion design and acting.
Yeah. And like where I went to college. And I mean, we were young. We were super young. And so it's just so funny. And like a meeting of the VP of sales. And then The guy comes out super nice, young, and we go in the office, and he's like, just big. He's not trying to intimidate me, but everything seemed big, and he was like, this is a really hard job. Um, Only 3 out of 4 people we hire don't work out. Like, so only 1 in 4 work out. It's so hard. Da, 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 da. And he goes through and he goes, and honestly, your resume doesn't show anything that like would make you succeed in this job. And I go, well, if only 1 in 4 people that you hire based on their resumes work out, w- I'm not even a long shot for you. Like you're not, what you're doing currently is not showing to prove to be successful for you. So maybe I am a great fit for you. Like I've obviously, and and it was so funny because I didn't
Well,
know I was
that's
going to
the
say that. It was just like advocating for myself of like, actually, no, I might not have the resume, but it's the chicken or the egg. I have to get my first sales job. And I'm like, what's the gamble? Like, you try me out for a couple months and I don't work. And then, wow, I add to your horrible ratio of 3 to 4 that don't work out for you. But I believe in myself and I think I'll rock this. I'm
right,
good with people.
right.
And I'm actually selling you right now, buddy. So he did.
Boom.
Boom. So he did take a chance on me. And I ended up as one of his top sales reps. And when he was moving to Texas, because that's where Centex Home Loans was located, he tried to get me to move with him for this other,
Who's coming with me?
who's coming with me? And he was like, anyway, it was just not like, oh, Barb, you're awesome. But it was one of those times in my life that I
Yeah.
was like, I was a huge advocate for myself. If I didn't stand up for myself, if I didn't say, hey, actually, yeah, I might not fit what you created in your box to be what you think is the right person,
Sure.
but like, this is what I bring to the table. And so I think that is what has gotten me pretty much everything in my life. I think,
Yeah, I think you got to fight,
yeah. And
No,
and what?
no one's going to
Bring
hand
up a
anything
story.
to you. It's
No
very
one
rare.
is
It's
handing
very
anything.
rare that
And
someone can be like, here you go.
especially now, especially in the age we're in. And I know I want to instill this in our kids, and we do. We are like, we from a young age, we were like, we will not talk to your coaches. You
Yeah.
talk to your coach. If you're having a challenge, if you're frustrated with something, if you want to see why you didn't have as much playing time, that's on you. You have the conversation, and we'll give you suggestions on how you should do it.
Yeah.
But like our kids have always, with their sports and school, are advocating for themselves, because I'm like, this is a life skill that you need to start exercising now. And one thing that really, do you want to tell the story? I mean, we can like eliminate who it was and whatever, but like just a challenge with the sports team.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but go. Do you.
Oh, you
Doing
don't know what I'm
great.
talking about?
You're doing great.
Oh, well, one of our kids,
Oh, no, yeah.
do you want to tell it?
You can go. Go.
Didn't make, there was tryouts,
Got cut.
got cut. And it was like a massive cut. Like, so 80 people tried out, 20 people got cut because they were only fielding 3 teams. And we try not to raise victims of like, oh my God, I didn't make it. And da, da, da. We're like, okay, what was your part in this?
Yeah.
Did you work your hardest?
Yeah.
Did you really feel like you should have been not cut? And our kiddo said they weren't watching. They put him in 4 teams. They kept them together the 2 days. Only one coach evaluating the first day. So overwhelmed coach,
Yeah.
new to the Westland, new to the program. And then she was like, they weren't watching my team. I know it. I know there was even a girl better than me on my team, and the whole team got
So
cut.
now you narrowed this down to
Yeah.
2 of our kids.
Yes. Okay. Oh, it's so hard. Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Long story short,
You just,
she wrote, we encouraged her to write an email.
we just said, what do you want to do about
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And she felt wronged because she was like, I wasn't looked at. I wasn't watched. I know for a fact. And we're like, okay, what do you want to do about it?
So she wrote an email asking for another look, asking to be able to go to the first practice and just be there. And I really commend the coach, the head coach, because he goes, you know what? He wrote her back and he goes, sometimes we miss things. We're fallible. That's just life. And I was like, that's just awesome of them to just even admit it. And he goes, I will talk to the other coaches. You can come, we'll set up you coming to the practice, right? And our intention was to just have her fight to be like a practice player. So she didn't miss a whole year. Like, let me just practice. I don't need to play games or anything like that. And so she went and fought and she did great. Like, I was really proud of
She did
her.
great. And what blew me away
Yeah.
is that not the very, so it wasn't the varsity coach, but this other
JV.
coach, the
Yeah.
JV coach, what he was blown away that she advocated for her.
Yeah.
So much
Yeah.
so that he told her that he was proud of her for doing it because he's like, "You're right, you should be here." And
Well, like they kept saying, come back tomorrow,
yeah,
come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow. And then it was like 3 days later, he made a big stink of it. And not stink, made a big
like,
show of it that, like, hey, Maddie really fought for this, wants to be here. She welcomed her to the team. And it was really cool.
yeah, and he said that to the whole team.
Yeah, that was
And I really love that. And it was kind of one of those things we didn't know how it was going to work out, but we were like, "Hey, this is a life lesson for her
yeah.
to learn to speak up for herself, whatever the outcome was." But she felt that it's like when something's nagging at you to say something. Do you have aging parents and you're still raising your kids? Then welcome to the sandwich generation. It can be super overwhelming, but I've got you. I wrote an ebook that helps you save time, energy, and money. And you can get your copy on thesandwichgen.com/ebook, and it will help you with all the things you need.
So you can't always fight. Like, there's got to be decisions made in life. Like,
Yes.
hey, you're in, you're not. There has to be that. So you can't just fight, fight, fight. So just laying that foundation of like, if she went back on the Monday and then they're like, listen, this isn't for you. You're not at the skill level. Like, we'd accept that.
Totally.
And so, like, I think there's the right amount of advocacy so that you're not an asshole. But like, she did it polite, and she was like, I'm happy to sit on the bench. I'm happy to be a practice player. I'm happy to just be here to absorb so I don't lose a year. And so, like, I feel like it's a fine line because you do at some point in time have to respect someone's judgment and not be a total pain in the
Totally.
butt.
But she
But
came about it correctly.
yeah,
She
and I
just
think
said,
so. And
"Hey,
they were like, we missed you. We just didn't see you.
yeah."
And so it's
I-
cool. And there is that balance. You have to find that balance of being hat in hand. I think
yeah.
your approach is always like,
Oh, yeah.
because the next thing she could have, like, I would have encouraged her to do is like, hey, be a team manager, give people water, just be there to watch and
Right.
see. You know what I mean? If this
Yeah.
is something you really want, there's ways to get there. Like, it's not always as glamorous. Like, I know with my job, a lot of people will come in, and PA is usually like one of our entry level jobs. And it's like after a week, they're like, I want your job. And they feel like they should have it the following time they come to set. And you're like, this took me like over 20 some odd years to get here.
Right.
Like, so just be an advocate, which I love, but also like know that you're going to have to dig in and work, do the time.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't just say the thing without doing it, especially in that scenario.
Yeah.
But also, even say she didn't, get to prove herself, she could advocate and just say, "Hey, I was a little shocked or whatever, but could you give me some feedback? What can I work on?"
Totally.
And that is even
Yep.
advocating for yourself.
Yep.
So it's not always like to be on the team, but we just supported her and we're like, we are not.
Yeah, she did
She
good.
knows
She did good. I
we
was
will
proud of
not
her.
talk to coaches for her. And then it's like in school too. It's like, okay, you're having a challenge, talk to the teacher. I'm not emailing your teacher. You do it. Like
Yeah.
from primary school all the way up. It's like, I just think it's so good, A, to have the confidence to talk to an adult about something that's weighing on you. And then B, to like follow through and show them that you care because especially teachers want to know you care. Coaches want to know you care.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I've also heard stories of like in a medical or hospital situation, that's big. Because I think we
huge.
all kind of like, I don't want to say kowtow, but I just said it. Um, when doctors say something, we're like, oh, okay, well, that's it. Versus like, everyone's got an opinion and
Yeah.
everyone has varying opinions.
Yeah.
And that's why they always say, maybe get a second opinion from a different doctor or a different nurse or whatever it may be. Like, I think in hospital situations, you really have to, because a lot of it's a business,
Yeah.
just like anything
It
else.
really is.
And as much as you want them to believe that your loved one is their highest priority, I mean, I can't speak for it. It just, they have to also run a business.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so they got to go by standard practices that make sense to the business.
Right.
Whereas something might be tailored slightly different for someone that you love's needs. And I think whenever someone goes into that situation, you really have to push,
Yeah.
like you're very sensitive to like certain like drugs like that.
Yeah.
Which one? You can't
Like,
tell?
well, I can't, I'm allergic to Advil. And then I'm very like, I just am sensitive to drugs. So when they give me stuff, I'm like, the anesthesiologist, I am advocating for myself. I'm like, you can dial up. I'm sensitive. I've had issues in the
Right. And
past.
a lot of them are like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We know we do this
And I'm
every
like, I
day.
don't know how
But
else to pay for it, like
yes,
physically,
yeah,
and feel like
yeah.
crap.
And
So you know what?
I
Like,
feel
and I'm
like,
nice about it,
yeah,
but I'm like, hey, I'm just telling you where I'm at. This is my experience because that's not on probably your paperwork or I don't know if you did, but it's
totally.
so. And I think the awareness, especially like you mentioned, the medical for yourself um is I think we all kind of intuitively know sometimes of like, this doesn't feel right, or they're telling me to take this, or like, I don't know.
Go with your
You
gut.
whole go with your gut,
Yeah.
and they can mess up. Everything is fallible, and they are making guesstimations based on data that they had before, or
Sure.
and not everyone is created equal. So you might not respond well to something that they've worked for
Sure.
9 out of
Yeah.
10 people in the past.
Yeah.
So
And I don't think you need to be a WebMD asshole. That's our word of this
yeah,
podcast.
I know.
But I think if you politely go like, you just start the conversation, start talking like,
Yeah.
hey, this is not working for me.
Well, and I do believe that when you say asshole, I think that being an
When
advocate,
you say asshole.
well, yeah,
When we say asshole.
when we say asshole, we don't mean like
The actual asshole.
no. Oh God. Okay.
It's the
The
state
act
of
of being,
being.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So w- we
That's what
oh, you totally throw me off. But because I think advocating for yourself can have a negative connotation.
100%.
And
And
I
that's why we're
think
talking.
people,
That's why assholes is
especially,
today.
like society, it's like just it's
Be
easier
cool
to be,
about it.
and especially in midlife, we're tired. Sometimes it's easier to just be quiet than to like speak up for yourself. But when you do that over and over again, you it changes you, and
Yeah.
you start to get resentful. And the reason why you're resentful is not the other people. You're resenting the choices you made to not stand up for yourself.
100%.
Let that sink
Yeah. No, I think
in.
that's true. A lot of times
It's so
in
true.
any sort of like, I don't know, situation that maybe you feel like a loss of power or whatever, that's why most people get frustrated. Is they
Yes.
feel like they're not being heard or seen or
Yeah.
acknowledged or
And
whatnot.
you're
And
not
so,
making sure you're being heard or seen. And a lot of
and
people,
you
and it
don't,
doesn't
and
mean
yeah,
being loud, it means being clear.
yeah,
So, like, a lot of people are out there on social media and they're screaming and they just want to be seen or heard. But it's like, no, like, this is in your own personal, in your situations, in your work, in your medical, in your family, in anything that you are doing. I remember one time this like stood out. My mom, Betty, being a badass
yeah.
advocate when I was like 16 or 17, just got a car, and it was like the first time I needed a oil
Oh, yeah,
um,
that
yeah,
sucks.
okay, but I
Yeah,
want to tell it really quick. So I go to the local guy,
yeah.
like the local Jiffy Lube or whatever it is, and my mom's like, "You just need a top off. Like you
Well,
we
back
just
then, to set this up, you had like you pay for an oil change, and then they say within 60, 90 days, you can come back and just get a little top off for
yeah."
free.
And I guess
Yeah,
my car burned a lot of oil, and she's like, "All you need is the top off."
yeah,
So I go, and they're like, "Oh no, you need an oil change." And I didn't have a cell phone,
right,
and I was there, and I was
right,
like, trusted that they were right.
right.
And I got it, and I came home, kind of tail between my legs, and I was like, they told me this, and my mom was like, "Get back in the car. We're going back." And she was such a badass. She was so kind,
Yeah,
but she goes, "Hi, my daughter just came in here and she asked for a top off, and you told her she needed an oil change. As you can see from her little sticker there, it shows that she's on this is the
yeah,
date,
yeah, yeah,
and you should have known better."
yeah.
The guy looked like he was scolded, which he was, with a smile, scolded with a smile by Betty. And he was like, "I'm so sorry. You are right." And he refunded us for the oil change. And it was such a good lesson because my mom going to do it and did it in such a polite, calm way. And I walked away going, wow, like this is needed. Like I knew it was wrong. I knew my mom knew what she was talking about.
Well,
I knew when he told me that I needed a full oil change that was wrong. I felt yucky about it, but you just trust and you're kind of like, I wasn't in my power. I didn't feel like this. My first oil change, I just didn't. So I felt yucky. And she went back and changed that. Like it was really nice to go back and change that situation. And it was like one of those core memories. And so I hope that our kids will see, because kids learn by how you do things, not what you say. And so
Yeah,
when they see you
actions.
going out in a calm, kind way, because I do believe that is the most effective way.
Well, I think
Is
whoever
calm,
can
kind.
hold their SHIT together in any sort of, confrontation, whoever can
Yes.
hold it together longer or better is
Yeah.
usually going to
The
come out
winner.
on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being an advocate for yourself, I think the big lesson is speak up for yourself, but do it in a way that also inspires the other person who maybe had a different viewpoint to see your side of it
Right.
just a little bit so that you can start getting in the door. Do
Totally.
you know what I mean?
And maybe some verbiage that will help is I always try, because when there is confrontation or you come at something where you want to advocate for yourself and you're a little nervous, I always come from what is my goal in this? Okay, so
Yeah.
my goal in going into surgery is I don't want to feel yucky at the end. This has been my past experiences. So with the anesthesiologist who has been educated, been doing this many, many times, he obviously knows what he's doing, but I'm like, "Hi, I thank you so much for being here with me today." Whatever, just make him feel good. And then you just say what your intention is. "Hey, I'm really sensitive to drugs. This is my past experiences. If you could just g- t- like know that you could dial it up, or just kind of just know that walking into this, that'd be great, because it really just lingers and I feel awful, and it just
Yeah.
but you just compliment, make a request, and then like it's up from there. But usually people want to be on your, sorry, this is
Chimer.
it's asking, I have a call, but they want to be on your side, they
Doing
want to help you
business.
out.
Just doing
Yes.
business. Yes, they do want to help you out. And to add to that, which is in line with our whole word of the day, one of our coaching mantras or number one rules is don't be a dick or don't be an asshole. Sorry.
Oh my gosh,
Strike that.
asshole's
Don't
the
be an
theme.
asshole.
Asshole's the
Yeah,
same
that's what I'm
thing.
saying.
Seriously, on the football
Yeah.
field your theme is don't be an asshole.
Well, no, like in the whole youth football, it's like I think it's football or lacrosse. I get it mixed up which one it is, but it always struck me as funny that the number one rule is don't be an asshole.
And
Like if you just literally start there,
it's kind of a good
yeah,
barometer.
you can
Yeah.
then be a great advocate for your
Like,
message and yourself.
yeah.
Like because people are going to listen to you. They might
Yeah.
not believe like always.
Maybe don't be a punk, or
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
What assholes TV say.
Yeah, I mean, people get it. Like, and that
Yeah.
it has weight. I think when you use swear words, when it's like an exclamation point, it's
Oh, swear
effective. It
words.
is
I know.
effective.
Swear words.
So,
Oh, they're
yes,
glorious. Yeah.
to not being an asshole.
Hey.
Hey. If you loved hanging out with us, hit that follow button and share this episode with someone who could use a little midlife magic. Now go rock the rest of your day.